Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's video. It is a makeup tutorial, kind of by request, only because I wore this exact outfit and this makeup look the other weekend when Vic and I went up to WinStar to go watch Little Big Town, and we posted about it, and I had quite a few of you say, oh, well, what makeup are you using, and what eyeshadow, and how'd you do that look? And it made me realize, and Courtney and I were talking about this, and she said, you more often than not are wearing such a natural, more pared down makeup look. She said that, not often are you doing the full Monty. So she's like, why not do a tutorial? And it's true, I have to remember this used to be the norm, now it's the exception, but it doesn't mean that I don't apply certain rules and techniques that I've learned as I've matured and ways of doing things, like, making the eyes look bigger or where to apply shimmer, where not. You may have some occasions coming up where you need a bolder look. You need makeup that's going to last and not melt or not be too natural looking, like makeup that can hold up well under certain lighting. Let's dial it up together and have a really good time and explore an evening look. And then I'm gonna give you some really fun deets about this jacket at the end of the video. Okay, here we go. All right, let's start the makeup application. I want to make sure that what I'm using is going to stay put. I want to have a nice primer on my face. I love Lawless Forget the Filler Primer. It really, really evens out the skin and makes it such a nice, smooth, it's kind of a pink color. And I just love this as the foundation for the foundation, which will also be a Lawless product, also called Forget the Filler. I put it everywhere. I put it wherever I want to forget the filler. Here's the foundation. It's a liquid. My shade is 4L, and I apply it with a brush. I'm going to concentrate on areas where I need more coverage, which is on the inside T-zone, and then I'll fan it out. Beautiful coverage foundation, by the way, just absolutely stunning. This is not my day-to-day makeup by any means, but for an evening out where I want good coverage and I want it to stay put, I love this. It kind of gives me Charlotte Tilbury vibes, the airbrush Flawless foundation that I used forever in television, but it's not as heavy and drying and mattifying as that one. So I find that it strikes this beautiful balance with more coverage than, let's say, I would typically use, but I don't feel like I'm masking my face. And I kind of stipple it where I need stippling, which is the middle. I figure pack it in there and fan it out there. I'll pull it just a little bit under my chin, but I'll use bronzer if I need anything to connect from the face to the neck. This is what I would consider a luxury line foundation. It is higher priced than a lot of the products that I feature on this platform that perform really, really well. I mean, there are many lower end products like NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop would be a great lower end dupe for something like this. But since I don't have a lot of higher end product, I don't have the need for it. Every once in a while, I want to get out there, I want to sample something and see how I like it. Does it fit my lifestyle? I think this is a beautiful foundation for nighttime, for event, wedding, any kind of special occasion where you want to make sure you're covered, you still want your skin to breathe. My Sourmé eye primer is what is coming next. I'm going to go for a strong eye. It tends to be my jam anyway for nighttime. And I'm wearing this dress, and I'm going to pop on my cute little fringe thing when I'm done. All right, for the brows, hold on. I just realized I missed a very important step. And that is I always put in Lumify. I love Lumify. This is about the time that I will put in a couple of drops just to make the eyes nice and white. Back to NYX Lift and Snatch in Brunette. Good shade for a lot of people. Good eyebrow brown, not too dark, just right. So I mimic the hair strokes that I already see in my brow. We've been through the brows time and time again. I'm just kind of going up, not doing too much, just a little bit more of a bold look, just because the eye makeup is going to be stronger. That's the one thing I love about having the brows done with the nano brow technique, which is the newest, or microblading, is that when I have no makeup on, I actually feel like I've got a frame for my eyes, which is so, so nice considering that an awful lot of the time I'm running around without any makeup on. So I'm very grateful to have brows and to found a brow specialist locally. My brow giveaway winner is going to be in town soon, getting her brows done. So I'm super excited to be a part of that, and we're gonna vlog that and her journey, and you'll get to see an incredible before and after. I just felt like it, you know, just was a little bit more. Sometimes you need just a little bit more. Where am I going next? Eyeshadow. Natasha Denona makes beautiful eyeshadow palettes. I believe you can get them at Sephora. This one is old. I don't think she has this exact one. Ayana, A-Y-A-N-A. is the name of it. I looked. A lot of people are reselling these on Poshmark, so if you want this specific one, you can get it. We can link to a couple that are similar to this, not the exact shadows, but close. What I did was I went in with this khaki yellow color and started there. And I'm using a big fluffy brush. Like you've seen in my previous tutorials, not only am I hitting the lid, this is a good medium tone color, but I'm also going way up high, not only into the crease, but above the crease, getting really close, riding on the orbital bone and leaving just a tiny bit underneath the eyebrow that I did for highlight, just to create a nice open eye look. And you can do that. You can go really high with these light to medium toned hues because it's not so in your face. It's more about creating shadow and that depth, which is what we're trying to create as we get older. Height and the depth. I'm then going to use the next shade, this taupey shade, and start building my way out to the side, getting a little bit darker as I go. Then this really dark brown shade, we're going to just run it and smoke slightly above the lash. Just angle up a little. And then I love this sparkly green color, so I'm going to use this on just toward the inside as a highlight. Just tap right on that inner corner. Just changes the whole look, makes it more evening, having a little bit of shimmer in an area for us that's safe to have a little bit of shimmer, but it gives it a bit of a kind of bejeweled look. Take my fluffy brush that had that mid-tone and just swirl out any potential harsh lines there. But it's a big, bold, smoky type of a look. So now I'm going to line. You can tight line. I'm actually gonna waterline because, like I said, I really want to go for a dramatic type of a look. This is L'Oreal Infallible. It is in a brown. Let's see if there's a specific name for you. Brown. Wow. Revolutionary. You could do black tight line, you can do brown, you can do whatever makes you happy. I channeled the brown because I had that brown fringe going on top, but whatever you want. So I'm doing a little inner rim and smudging up into the lash line. I'm going to take my small brush again and this taupey shadow here, and I'm just going to smoke out a little bit under the eye because I really want to give it a good smoky look. But remember, on the lower lash line, go with a lighter shade, not a too dark one, or else you'll make sad panda eyes. And I can clean all this up with my concealer brush. I just love a good kind of soft smoke under there. I can even take that teeny tiny bit of green, go right here at the bottom. Next up, L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in black. I'm also going to do a lash fusion, a couple of lashes on the outside to really build up the drama. Lawn crew is here. I may have to put a pause on this just so we don't hear leaf blowers for the rest of the video. Hold on. Okay, back to business. Did mascara. I think I am just left at this point with me lashes, and I just love Daniela Bell. I have featured her lash fusion set before. She's a local makeup artist here in Dallas, and she created these, and they're the wonderful self-adhesive underneath the lash fusion set. What am I trying to say? Anyway, what's really cool is that they're small. You know, they come in smaller clumps, so you can decide, do you just want sort of an outer wing type of a look? You can decide the sizing that you want. Anyway, I just think it's great. I tend to like more of a cat eye. My eyes are a little bit more rounded. I like more of an almond shape, so I try to create that with the lashes that I choose. So you just grab them and then line them up. I think I need to flip over to the magnifier. Yes, I do. So you line them up where you want them, and then you take this and you fuse it to your lashes, and then they become a part of it. And then I move into the next size, so bigger than smaller, and they just stay on their own. They're amazing. I may want to pop in one more. And then I just go even smaller. And then you can just take the ends of the fuser and use it to kind of separate or do what you need to do. Oh, I see what's going on. Perfect science. I had a clump of mascara. Why does that area look so thick? And it's the mascara that is stuck together. Let me refuse you. Actually, you're too big. All right, hold on. It's a process. There we go. But you literally put them right at the base of your eyelashes. They stick pretty well. You can do many things. You can do a strip lash if you want, if that's easier for you. There's something about customizing that I like. It may take a little bit more time, but I do love the under lash application. It's just more natural because you don't see a band on top, so it doesn't make it thicker or change how you've done your eye makeup application. So let me move on to the other side. Sorry, I may be covering this for you guys. I apologize. Okay. This side's easier for me. It's always like that, right? One side that just responds better. I think it's because I'm right-handed and it's my left eye. Good. I even like how that side turned out better too. Wait, where's the magnifier? There you are. Hard part's done. Let's conceal. e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Great concealer in my book, so I try not to overdo it with product. Just a little bit here in the inner corner. And again, I'm a tapper. Tap, tap, tap. Bring it straight down. And then just use the residue to clean up. I don't want to concentrate any concealer here. That prevents the lines from showing. And it's really here and here where we need it anywhere. So I'm going to set it. Laura Mercier Translucent Loose, still around, still in the game. I take a little brush to set it right here under the eye, right kind of between the eyebrow. And I'm going to work on the rest in just a bit. So I'm moving on to a contour. I am such a big fan of Morphe products. I think the quality is exceptional for the price. And I just picked up their Cheek Thrills Bronze and Tone Duo in Maui Surf. Let me show you Maui Surf. And what they do, and this is what I appreciate so much, is that they do a cream and a powder. So you can choose to do whichever you like. Now I have not set this foundation yet with powder. It still has a dewy finish. So I'm going to use both of these, and I'm going to take the cream bronzer, and I'm just going to use their brush and tap in the bronzer where I want it. Great color selection period for all skin tones, lightest of the light, darkest of the dark. And I appreciate that too. I think you can easily find your shade. So I'm just tapping in some of that bronze contour. Run it right here. Take a little bit on the tip. Run it across the bridge of my nose. A little bit up top, jawline. So that way you get that nice warmed up, sculpted look. Now I'm going to take my powder brush and I'm going to set the rest of the areas that I don't want to shine with the same powder. Chin, nasal labial folds, nose, forehead. Basically for me, T-zone is where I get shiny. So now I'm going to go back to this duo and I'm going to use the powder and just kind of tap it on top. So it's just a little bit warmer in color, because that's what I'm looking for here, is just more of a sun-kissed, especially with the outfit, it's more of a sun-kissed look. So can keep it like that. Amazingly great and wonderful. Again, Morphe, the blush, same thing. You've got a cream blush. So let's say you're going to the beach and you just want to tap on some blush. You've got the powder blush, and then you have this beautiful shimmery highlight in the middle. It's called Poolside Spritz. Cheek Thrills. I just want to take a little bit of this coppery bronze, just because I had a little something on my eyes that had shimmer. Just a teeny bit right here at the top of the cheekbone. Again, it's just more of a nighttime thing, but the way the light hits it, just a little bit of warmth, a little bit of sparkle, but not too much. Just lovely colors, honestly. Okay, we are almost done. And also what's cool too is you could take your finger and just like a little bit of that and just hit the tip of your nose with it as well. Pulls in that shimmery effect too. NYX Nude Truffle lip liner, nice natural. And it's so close to a lip color. If you want to create a fuller pout, you can easily go outside the lip line with this one and then just do a soft blur with your finger just to give it a little bit more of a shadowy effect. So when I was getting some Morphe blushes, I was checking out this new lip product that they have, Lip Lock. It's essentially a lipstick and a lip gloss all in one. And this stuff wears so great. My lips felt so hydrated and moist. And again, the shade selection was so fun and exciting that I had to pick up a couple. So I will be using, what are you called? Something Honey and Sealed Kiss. It'll all be in the description. Don't you worry about a thing. But look how pretty this goes on. Wonderful, kind of glossy color. This one has a little bit more of the orange in it. I just think these can wear so well at nighttime. It's a great poolside look to keep your lips hydrated, but to give you a little pop of color. And this gloss and this finish doesn't budge. I get real funny. If I feel that my lips are dry, I start eating them. Do you do that? Where you're like, you're pulling and you're trying to get, I know it's not attractive, but I become very conscious about it. So I like a good hydration on the lip. Anyway, let me get the hair down, put my fringy jacket on, and we'll complete the whole thing. And this is my dialed up evening makeup routine. That is, yeah, definitely more than what I normally do, but I always think it's nice to have just some really good product on hand and just the skill set to be able to do a little bit more. You know, sometimes, some occasions, more is more. And we have to remember that when we are in nighttime settings and certain lighting, a daytime look can get completely washed out. I mean, that was certainly the case for television news. So, you know, nighttime is subdued lighting wise, and don't be afraid to make the color pop a little bit more, go a little bit bolder with the eye. Just remember the balance, that if your eye is stronger, let your lip be a little bit more muted and a little more neutral. And if you go for a really, really strong red or a bold pout, then eye makeup, super clean. You know, you can have fun with a big, you know, lash or whatever, but not too much of a smoke. You just want the balance between the two. But happy to show you this tutorial just based off of what I put together a couple of weekends ago, and just some comments about, hey, what'd you do? What colors? How'd you create that? Well, here you go. So I pay attention to what you say and what you're interested in, and this is a great opportunity here in the comment section of this video. Lay it out for me. You know, what do you want? What are you thinking about for this spring? Let me also say that this particular little shawl thing, you guys, it's from the 1970s. I got it at a vintage online store when I was looking for clothes from a certain era for a video, I don't know how long ago. Dirt cheap. I mean, amazing. From the 70s. So, and this little dress is H&M. So affordable, super cute. You don't have to spend a lot, but get creative. You know, find some unique things out there and pair them together and see what you can come up with. You know, I always hold on to these things. It seems sort of costumey in a way, but I think when styled with the right thing, it can look like it's this season. You know, it's just in how you put it together. So I just wanted to throw that out there and let you know, just in case I had any questions about this. I have no idea. I don't know. I forgot where I got it. It's a one of a kind, but I encourage you to be on the lookout for stuff like that and get creative, not only with your makeup, but style yourself as well. Go out, be bold, be blessed. I wish you a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.